Run because you want to, not because you have to. At Safe and Happy Trails, they're working to provide safety and peace of mind on public trails so you can run for fun, not from fear. The founders of Safe and Happy Trails are Don and Jessica Arnold. They join us to share more about their nonprofit. Welcome to Texas today. So nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. So first of all, can you share us a little bit about the story behind why this organization was started?
Well, in 2017, I was on a walk on the Trinity Trails. I lived by there, and I went for walks like all the time. And some crazy guy riding his bike around naked, just decided I was an easy target, and I was basically a purple alien after that. Like, I got beat up so bad. So, and it's just really affected me. Like, I've had permanent, like, head and neck injuries from it, and I know after it happened, they're like, oh, we're putting more security on the trails. It shouldn't happen again. But then, like, a couple years later, it did happen again to another girl. Like, luckily, she got away because she was faster and she had her dog with her. I'm not a fast person. And so after this happened to this other girl, I was like, it's happening to other people still. And I was like, Dad, we need to try and do this because obviously there needs to be more help. Yeah. So yeah, we got went through the whole process and got the nonprofit and 501c3 certification. So we're like an official tax exempt organization, and just.
I am so sorry that you had to go through that. I am so sorry. It should never happen to anyone. No. But now you have this nonprofit and you're helping others. How does the organization work, or what do you all do to make trails safe?
So what we want to do is, on a lot of college campuses, they have those emergency posts, like the call buttons. And so we wanted to do that on the trail, but like nicer and also more advanced technology-wise.
So they can actually find you.
Yeah, so they can find you immediately. There's cameras on there so they can see what's going on.
Don, how can we, the community, support your organization?
That's a great question. I think right now a lot of the funding is going to be government agencies and things like that, but most of the time grants and government funds, they don't start until something's proven. So right now what we're doing is imagining the kind of post that she talked about, where instead of just a college campus post, it can see you, and the technology on the cameras is phenomenal now. It's almost as if having a policeman out on the trail, like where you know
they're solar powered.
Yeah, and like so we're in this prototype phase, partnering with TRWD, who owns the land on both sides of the Trinity River there in Fort Worth, and the Fort Worth Police Department, where they have a real-time crime center, which is a monitoring center. So the camera would send the alert, and then they could see what was happening. That's why Jessica was saying, if that happened today and we had these up, the first time he bothered somebody, he would have been caught. And he didn't hurt that other person, but you know, and Jessica would never have to go through that. But the way you can help is we are still raising funds for the prototypes and getting the most efficient, you know, sustainable, affordable cameras that we can out on the trail, just to create the safe zones on the trail. And you can go to the website, and there's hit the donate button, and you can help support this early part. If we can raise about $100,000 in the next, you know, few months, which is very achievable, then we'll get a matching grant for $300,000 to start doing more of the posts. So right now we're in the prototype phase. We're just putting up the very first ones. The government is kind of like analyzing to see how effective it is, so that there can really be a safe.
Well, thank you both so much for doing this for our community. That is amazing, and we all need to donate, seriously. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To make a difference, donate now by visiting safeandhappytrails.org.